Can Imran Khan hold on to his post, or will he become the first Prime Minister of Pakistan to be ousted through a no-confidence motion? And that's the question that we hope to answer on this broadcast. For days now, this question has been dominating global headlines, and any day now, Captain Khan could be returning to the pavilion. The crucial National Assembly session to debate the no-confidence motion against Imran Khan, which resumed after a 3-day recess, was adjourned just minutes after it began. The opposition lawmakers called for a vote on the motion today amid chants of "Go Imran, go." But despite the adjournment, opposition lawmakers staged a sit-in in the lower house. The session will now resume on April the 3rd, and that is when the voting on the no-confidence motion is expected. While the number of lawmakers on Imran Khan's side is going down by the hour, the Prime Minister has made a piece of paper the centre of his political battle. The document that allegedly contains some kind of evidence of an international conspiracy being hatched to topple his government was shared with the cabinet ministers and select members of the press yesterday. And today Imran Khan is likely to address the nation, shortly in fact, and is expected to reveal details of the so-called secret letter. But shifting attention away from the assembly may not be the best strategy for Imran Khan right now. His house of cards is near a total collapse. Ahead of the National Assembly session, the joint opposition, along with allies who quit the government ranks, held a parliamentary meeting. They were later joined by 14 PTI dissidents. PTI and its allies, however, many are remaining at this point, have 164 lawmakers. The PTI alone has 155, and reports say that as many as 14 PTI lawmakers could jump ship. 172 is the halfway mark in the 342-seater National Assembly. The opposition now claims to have 177 lawmakers on its side after the MQMP dumped the PTI and joined hands with the opposition, comfortably above the halfway mark. Meanwhile, the opposition says that the only honourable exit for Imran Khan is to take the vote of no confidence in the National Assembly. Listen in.
आज पूरी कौम के सामने मुतहदा ऑपोजिशन जो है वो कामयाब हो चुकी। हम ये अपना जीत चुके। ये मोशन अब 22 करोड़ आवाम ने इसका फैसला करना है इंशाअल्लाह। खत जो जिसका जिक्र करते हैं, मैंने कहा था पार्लियामान में लाएं, दिखाएं। आज भी पार्लियामान में कमेटी को अपना भेज दिया। खत झूठा और बिल्कुल फ्रॉड है। जिस तरह ये शख्स दिन रात फ्रॉड करता है, झूठ बोलता है, यू-टर्न मारता है, ये भी उसी तरह का फ्रॉड ये खत है।
आज मुत्तहिदा ऑपोजिशन ने 175 मेंबर्स हाउस में प्रोड्यूस करके खड़ा करके ये साबित कर दिया कि अब कोई रास्ता नहीं है इमरान को भागने के लिए। हर किसी का पांव पकड़ रहा है कि मेरा कुर्सी बचाए, लेकिन कैसे बचा सकते? अब जब हमारे पास अक्सरियत है, जब इत्तेहादी अब अपोजिशन के साथ शामिल हो चुके हैं, अब कोई सेफ पैसेज नहीं रहा, अब कोई सेफ फेस सेविंग नहीं रहा, अब कोई बैकडोर रास्ता भी नहीं रहा। हाँ, एक ऑनरेबल तरीका है, ऑनरेबल वे है कि वज़ीर आज़म इस्तीफ़ा दे और शहबाज शरीफ साहब को, हमारा कायदे हिज़्ब इख्तिलाफ को वोट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस का मौका दे।
The PTI and its leader Imran Khan are trying every trick in their book to survive. In the latest, Imran Khan held a meeting of the National Security Committee. Present in the NSC meeting were key federal ministers, the National Security Advisors, service chiefs, and even top intel officials. Later, Imran Khan also called a meeting of the Parliament Committee on National Security to reportedly discuss the alleged foreign intervention threats.
पाकिस्तान के लोग इस साजिश को देख रहे हैं। इंशाअल्लाह ताला हम कतई तौर के ऊपर इस पाकिस्तान की हकमियत के ऊपर सौदे को मुस्तरद करते हैं। हम पाकिस्तान की हकमियत के लिए, पाकिस्तान की इंडिपेंडेंस के लिए, पाकिस्तान के लोगों के वक़ार के लिए, पाकिस्तान के पासपोर्ट की इज़्ज़त के लिए इंशाअल्लाह ताला पूरी तरह खड़े रहेंगे। इमरान खान की क़यादत में पूरी पाकिस्तान तहरीक इंसाफ एक सीसा पिलाई दीवार की तरह इंशाअल्लाह खड़ी रहेगी।
Imran Khan has also been holding meetings with the military establishment. On Wednesday, the Chief of Army Staff, General Qamar Bajwa, met Imran Khan twice. And after this meeting, some PTI ministers claimed that the Premier had not been asked to resign and that he, in fact, would not opt for it either. Imran Khan's game plan, even at this crucial hour, is unclear. He needs to bring back the allies, reach out to dissidents and hold on to the defectors. But the question remains, will this be the end of the innings for Captain Khan, or is there another twist in the tale? And to answer this very question, our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik is now joining us on this broadcast from Islamabad. Anas, thanks for joining us. As we understand, the Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan is likely to address the nation shortly. What can we expect on that front? Will he become the first Prime Minister of Pakistan to be ousted through a no-confidence vote?
Well, two questions that you asked. Will he become the first Prime Minister to be asked or ousted or not? Last question first. In all likelihood, there is a higher probability that is, yes, that is a probability that Imran Khan might just be the first Prime Minister in country's 74-year-old history to be ousted through a vote of no confidence. Now, what is going to happen in that address? Well, we'll get to know that very, very shortly. In less than 5 minutes from now, the Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan is to address the nation. It is said to be a live address and he is likely to shed light on the controversy that surrounds with regards to the letter that has originated. Now, just today, a short while back, we saw him holding the meeting of the National Security Committee that had the three services chiefs as well, and including that, it had also some key ministers, and that meeting has decided to lodge a formal protest both in Islamabad and to the capital, in the capital of that very country, from where this threat or coerced threat came through a senior official of their government. That is what has been decided, and we are expecting Imran Khan to not resign rather, and in fact put up a fight and narrate and shed more light on the contents of this letter and how big of a controversy he believes is it to oust his government. Priyanka?
Right, Anas, as you just said, moments from now, the Pak Prime Minister is scheduled to hold a live address. We at WION, of course, will be tracking that address. Let's talk about the crucial aspect that you've just mentioned, the secret letter or the secret document. Imran Khan is essentially banking on this letter as so-called evidence for support in the House. What, according to you, could this secret letter entail? Just give us some more information about the same.
Well, what I have gathered, and we can now say very responsibly, there are three events that had taken place. An outgoing ambassador of Pakistan was hosted at a Western country, was hosted at a formal lunch by a senior administration official of that country. And in that meeting, there were pleasantries exchanged, but the course of that meeting, the discussions were not very favorable, or the outcome was not very favorable, and that Pakistani diplomat in a Western capital, precisely an ambassador, wrote back to the Pakistani government informing about that meeting and the course of discussions that they had in that very meeting. One thing that is very evident on the communication that has been written back by the Pakistani ambassador of that Western country is that that Western country particularly does not like the Imran Khan government, and they rather blame him for all the problems in the relations between that particular Western country and the Pakistani government. And they say, or rather they believe that as per the writing, that the no confidence motion can probably change the course of relations between that Western country and Pakistan. Priyanka?
Absolutely, Anas. We are, of course, waiting for the Pak Prime Minister to give his address. In the meantime, I'd like you to answer another question. As we understand, the crucial National Assembly session to debate the no-confidence motion against Imran Khan was adjourned just minutes after it began. Tell us what exactly happened out there.
Well, it was high drama at the Pakistani National Assembly, Priyanka. The session began about an hour and 15 minutes later. It was chaired by the Deputy Speaker, Qasim Suri. The first item on the agenda was to table a resolution seeking the allotment of the main assembly hall for the Parliamentary Committee on National Security's meeting that is currently underway as well. That was rejected. The nays had more, the ayes had not. And that was an apparent defeat for the government to begin with. Then came in the question hour. The first question was by Tahira Aurangzeb from the Pakistan Muslim League Nawaz, and she said that she has deferred her question. The second question was from Shazia Atta Mari from the Pakistan People's Party, and she, in fact, asked the speaker directly that when is going to be the vote of confidence. Of course, as per rules, the speaker is not liable to answer directly, and therefore no question. The question was wasted. It was an invalid question as per the speaker, and it was not answered. And then Tahira Aurangzeb again was given the mic because as per the alignment in the question now, it was her turn. And she also asked the speaker the same question, that when is going to be the vote of no confidence, to which there was laughter in the hall. And the speaker said that it prima facie, it doesn't look like the opposition is serious in having a debate, and therefore he is adjourning the session until Sunday 11 a.m. Just as the speaker said that he's adjourning the session, we saw the house erupting in a roar, in chants, in sloganeering, both by the treasury benches against the opposition and vice versa. And after that, we heard the opposition members as well speaking to the media outside the parliament, taking the decision at their hands of delaying the session and adjourning the session.